Welcome to the Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled about what we're digging into today. So, you know that feeling when you have a brilliant idea for an app or software product, but then you immediately get completely overwhelmed? You think, ugh, I have to learn to code, or there's no way I can afford a massive engineering team. Well, I've got some incredible news for you. That barrier, it is literally gone. We're stepping into this wild new era where you absolutely do not need to be a software engineer to build software. Instead, you get to be the director. And your team, it's a group of tireless AI agents ready to handle all the heavy lifting for you.
Here's the roadmap for our journey today. We'll be looking at planning your project, generating the interface, powering the backend, meeting your pair programmer, and finally, directing video content.
Okay, let's dive into this by looking at exactly how the whole paradigm has shifted. I mean, think about the old way of building software. It was agonizing, right? Moving at an absolute snail's pace, writing every single line of code completely from scratch, tearing your hair out over one missing comma, and let's not even talk about manually untangling that massive mess of servers. Total bottleneck. But the new way, the AI way, this is all about directing AI agents to build and automate complex, everyday workflows for you. You just provide the vision and the context, and the AI executes the technical stuff. It's so incredibly empowering.
Step 1. Planning your project by automating workflows with Notion. Now, before we get too deep, let's demystify a bit of jargon you're going to hear a lot today, the AI agent. Don't let the term intimidate you. Just think of an agent as this incredibly organized, superhuman assistant that works round the clock, 24/7. It runs on a schedule or maybe responds to specific triggers to complete these really complex, multi-step tasks. And honestly, the absolute best part, it actually uses the real context from your own workspace to do it. It's basically handling all that tedious busy work while you sleep.
Notion AI really brings this whole concept to life beautifully. You can literally just chat with it, and it'll take on entire tasks based on your exact project context. Need to automate recurring work? You can set up custom agents to do things like answer team questions on Slack or route different tasks. Plus, with its enterprise search, it instantly finds answers across all your connected apps. We're talking Google Drive, Slack, you name it. So by centralizing all your knowledge right out of the gate, Notion takes the normally chaotic start of a project and turns it into a super smooth, manageable everyday workflow. And this is all before a single line of code is even written.
Step 2. Generating the interface. Designing with V0.
Now, what's really interesting about this concept is how it breaks things down if you're brand new to coding. Front end simply means the visual layout. It's the buttons, the menus, all those interactive elements your users will actually see and click on. Historically, making that happen meant writing super complex HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But with V0, you just use everyday words to describe what you want to see. Just look at how incredibly simple and fast this workflow is. It's literally 3 steps. Step 1, prompt. You just type what you want, something like, hey, create a dashboard for a finance app. Step 2, build. V0 generates the working application for you in minutes. Step 3, publish. It goes live in seconds. Boom. Just like that, it turns a simple text prompt into a totally functional user interface instantly. It's like magic. And here is the absolute kicker for anyone out there worrying that they don't have any design skills. V0 is agentic by default. What that means is the AI isn't just spitting out a static, flat picture. It actually plans out the architecture, creates the necessary tasks, and, get this, it even writes the code to connect to databases as it builds your interface. It takes what used to be weeks, literally weeks of painful design iteration and turns it into a seamless, manageable everyday workflow that it handles entirely on its own.
Step 3. Powering the backend. Instant infrastructure with Supabase.
Okay, to keep things super simple, think of backend infrastructure as the hidden engine of your app. When developers throw around intimidating terms like Postgres databases or row-level security, all they are really talking about are highly organized filing cabinets for your data and really strict security guards making sure only the right people can actually open those cabinets. Supabase steps in and handles all of this heavy lifting for you in one reassuringly simple platform. And, lest you think these simplified tools are just cute little toys for small side projects, consider this massive number for a second. 1 million. Yep. The sources highlight a company that used Supabase to securely scale their application to 1 million users in just 7 months. So yeah, this is serious, world-class infrastructure that's built to grow right alongside you from day one. I absolutely love this user quote we pulled from the material because it just perfectly captures that beginner's journey. They enthusiastically shared that they went from how do I even start to having authentication, a working database, and real-time updates all up and running in like 20 minutes. They even added sometimes the hype is actually justified. I mean, that just proves how setting up what used to be incredibly complex server infrastructure has basically become a wonderfully easy everyday workflow.
Step 4. Your pair programmer, coding with Cursor.
So Cursor is an IDE, which stands for Interactive Development Environment. Honestly, that's just a fancy way of saying it's the workspace application on your computer where the actual code lives. But Cursor is not just some blank, intimidating text editor. It is a highly collaborative workspace. Imagine pulling up a chair for a super skilled development friend to sit right next to you at your desk. It reads your entire codebase, understands exactly how every little piece connects, and then it writes, reviews, and tests the software right alongside you.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world impact of this tool. This is a quote from Diana Hu, a general partner over at Y Combinator, which, if you don't know, is one of the most prestigious startup accelerators on the planet. She noted that among their startups, adoption of Cursor went from single digits to over 80%. It spread like wildfire because all the best builders realized it was just an absolute game changer for their productivity.
Let's look at exactly why it's spreading like wildfire. Cursor's superpowers are honestly mind-blowing. It has this magically accurate autocomplete that practically reads your mind to predict your next action. It features an autonomous agent mode where the AI actually uses its own computer to build, test, and demo entire features end-to-end, just for you to review. Plus, you get instant access to top-tier models like GPT 5.5. It completely transforms what used to be complex coding into a manageable, everyday workflow where you get to stay firmly in the director's chair, giving the instructions and just approving the final magic.
Step 5. Directing video content. Launching with InVideo. You know, marketing your new app used to mean having to hire an entire production team. But an AI video platform like InVideo gives you a whole system of custom AI agents that literally act as your scriptwriters, your cinematographers, and your editors. They all work together seamlessly to generate incredibly professional, high-quality promotional videos from nothing more than simple text instructions. It makes video marketing just another easy, everyday workflow.
This right here is the key theme of our whole explainer today, perfectly stated. You're a creative, not an AI architect. You shouldn't have to become some highly technical prompt engineer just to make a great video. You just describe your scene naturally, using your own words, and the tool actually chooses the right AI models and writes all the complicated technical prompts behind the scenes. That way you can focus entirely on telling your story.
To show you just how smart this really is, consider the workflow for InVideo's Agent 1. It doesn't just blindly generate random clips. It actively reads your prompt, remembers the overall context, thoughtfully updates backdrops and costumes, and even reviews its own changes. What this means for you is that you can maintain exact character and location consistency across dozens of complex shots without ever having to repeat yourself.
It's brilliant.
So, the crucial point is this. Just look at the absolute dream team you've assembled today. You have Notion acting as your meticulous project manager. Then V0 steps in as your brilliant front-end designer. Supabase is your rock-solid backend engineer. Cursor serves as your totally tireless pair programmer. And finally, you've got InVideo as your visionary creative director. These 5 tools seamlessly replace what used to be incredibly complex, expensive, and frankly intimidating traditional development roles.
We've seen how these tools have totally transformed software creation. They've taken it from a highly technical hurdle and turned it into a manageable, accessible, and completely everyday creative process. The heavy lifting is officially done, and your agents are standing by. Which leaves us with just one final exciting question for you. With an entire AI team right at your fingertips, what will you build today?